Sorry, buddies. All right. I'm here. Um, Welcome. It's Fontaine from Madame So. Thank you for popping into our Press and Foot show today. Today is going to be a doozy, man. It is so technical. We've got 10 products to show you, each one of them with their own demo. I have never been so focused. The only other time I'm this focused is when I'm doing my hair in the morning. You don't want to see that. Anyway, I want to welcome all our new viewers, right? Our new people that are watching this stream live as it's happening from Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Thank you so much for following along. Our viewership has grown exponentially since we started streaming on your platform. So thank you for that. I will say this though, if you want to take advantage of the discounts, you should probably watch it on madamso.com. I believe that's the only way that you're going to get to take advantage of these amazing discounts is to watch it from madamso.com. But so happy to have you. Again, so much. Wait a minute. I can't see you guys. Isn't that weird? Yeah, here we go. That's me. Now we're all on the same page. Yeah, so let me tell you, let's see, the things that you need to know. All the products are listed on the left. I'm about to show you that now. So there are 10 products in total. Those are the products that are valid for the discount for today. The discount code is LIVE8, L-I-V-E 8. If you use that from now until midnight, today is August 23rd, so midnight Eastern Standard Time, use LIVE8 and guess what? You get 50% off. 50% off today using LIVE8 from now until midnight, August 23rd, Eastern Standard Time. How about that? So right now I'm going to show you really quickly the process. All right, so now you see my screen here. That's all the way on the left. So those are the products you can sort of scroll through, thumb through. Those are the products that are available today. In the center, that, my friends, in the center is going to be me. And then all the way on the right is live comments. So basically right now, I'm just going to go through and show you how to add stuff to your cart and use that code. So I'm going to hover over a product. I'm going to hover over the buttonhole presser foot, and it says add to cart. I'm going to click on that. So now I see the product there, and that is add to cart. Yeah. Cool. So if you scroll all the way down, you will see another black band. It's right there. That says add to cart. So up until now, you've been in purgatory. Now I'm going to hit add to cart and it is official. It has been added to the cart. Now let's say I want to check out. So I'm going to hit cart, check out all the way down on the bottom there, check out. Now you can see it has turned into one screen and not three, right? And so this, if you scroll down once again, all the way on the right there, you'll see another bar. Sorry, I'm trying to get you all the way on the right there. Yeah, proceed to checkout. So I'm going to go ahead and click that, proceed to checkout. And guess what? We are now transported to madamso.com for the official checkout. On the left, you see what will be contact information. And on the right, you see gift card or discount code. I'm going to go ahead and put in LIVE8. Now, before I hit apply, you see $15.49. Now I'm going to hit apply. And you see that the price has been adjusted to 50% off, $7.75. So it's as easy as that, folks. Here I am. It's as easy as that. If you go back to the left, you do your contact information, your payment, shipping, all that, and you're good to go. So I am going to get us back on our main page. Let's see. And there we are. All right, so I think we should get started, right? There's so much to do today. So let's start with our first item, which is, let me show you this. I might as well, right? this is the buttonhole press-a-foot, okay? This buttonhole press-a-foot is really for a machine that has the 4-step process. So essentially you would go across, then you would hit the lever, do the second step, which is going up one side, then across again, hit the 4th lever, which means you're coming back. I just got a brand new machine that has the 1-step. However, it's not digital, so for some reason, this is letting me use this, and basically I only have 2 steps, but it's the same process, so I am going to demo on my brand new machine and show you what that's about, okay? So basically, this is a snap-on, so I'm going to go ahead and snap. Oh, let me show you first. What you want to do is slip a button in there, okay? You want to slip a button, which I'm showing you, okay? Squeeze those 2 spaces together, which I've done, and then go ahead and tighten that, and that is telling the machine, that is telling the machine the size of your button and the size of the buttonhole. So now that that's done, I am going to go ahead. What I like to do is I like to push the top thread right through this press-a-foot before I put it on. It just makes it a lot easier. There we go. Now I'm snapping that on. It is snapped on. I have my settings all set. Buttonhole. My width is good, needle position is good, and my tension is good. So I'm putting fabric in. Let me take you down there. Let me take you down. All right, so this is the button foot. I've got my fabric in there that I'm going to put my buttonhole on. I'm feeding that in. Just for fun, I'm going to go ahead and use my magnetic holder. I'm going to do it at the, I'll do it at the 1/2 inch. Okay, do it at the 1/2 inch. I believe I got a thread stuck in there. All right, cool. So that's all ready to go. And now I'm going to do feed down. And I'm doing a buttonhole. I have this little arm that I take down that's on this machine. If it's a 4-step process, you won't have this, but that's ready to go. I'm going to do a couple by hand, get started, and check out my cross stitch, which looks fine. So now I'm going to hit play, put the pedal to the metal. It's going to go back and forth first, and then up the left side. So here we go. Back and forth, and now you see it traveling up the left side. I'll go ahead and speed that up. Now it's going side to side, which in this case wants me to push this lever forward. It's going to go back and forth a little bit and then proceed back down the right side towards me. Here we go. Once it reaches the end, it'll go back and forth again, which you see it doing now. Now I'm just going to tie it off. You don't necessarily need to do this, but I'm going to do it. So, cool. Just going to do like 3 stitches in place. Good. Now, that's done. Let me show you this clean buttonhole. All right, check. Check it out, man. You see? See how lovely that is? Very, very clean. What you want to do now is you're going to take a pin, okay? You're going to put the pin at the top of the buttonhole. And that way, because now what we're going to do, see, I put the pin at the top of the buttonhole because we're just going to use a seam ripper and we're going to go, see that? We're going to go right up the middle of the buttonhole and the pin stops it from going. And you see, there you have it, folks. Look. Isn't that something? Yeah, so I think this is pretty amazing. So if you have a 4-step analog mechanical machine, this is perfect. If you have a 1-step machine, chances are your machine came with the with the buttonhole press-a-foot. So I would check that out. But overall, this is pretty cool. What a time saver. Once you have the measurement done for one, mark your measurements on your garment and then boom, 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 you'll be done in no time. Isn't that something? Button up, folks. So the buttonhole press-a-foot is usually $15.49, right? So $15.50. But today, if you use Live 8, I want to get in that thing. All right. So if you use Live 8 from now until midnight Eastern Standard Time on August 23rd, you'll get 50% off. So instead of $15.49, you're going to get the buttonhole press-a-foot for $7.75. Isn't that something? And then I was using this magnetic seam guide, which is pretty cool. It goes right onto your needle plate, very, very strong, and yet you can sort of easily shift it into a new position. But the magnetic seam guide is usually $4.99, but today, $2.50, 50% off if you use Live 8, right? Not bad at all. Magnetic seam guide. Everybody's talking about it. You gotta get one. Next, we're gonna go right to our bulky seam jumper. So let me put on a regular little foot here. Cool. So I've got my foot on. Whoops. Yeah. Let me make some adjustments here, here, here. Good to go. Let me get my thread under. And then let me get my, what kind of bulky seam are we talking about, folks? Bulky seam jumper. Comes in a cute little box, and the bulky seam jumper itself is just adorable. We have on the bulky seam jumper, hold on one second. Bulky seam jumper, we have 1/8, which is right here. So there's two sizes, 1/8, depending on the size of your bulky seam. And then this is 3/16. So being that I'm working with denim, I can show you that right now. Being that I'm working with denim, and I'm gonna do basically what is gonna be 3 layers of denim because I'm doing a double roll there. So that, my friends, I'm gonna go ahead and use my seam guide again, I think. So, yeah, so that looks pretty good. I think I'll go wider on this one. Yeah, I'm gonna go at 5/8. I think 5/8 is good. All right, so I'm going 5/8. I've got that down. Everything looks to be in place. All right, so let me get you down there because you're gonna want to see when I put in the bulky seam. Okay, down, down. Everyone's ready to go. So let me do that thing. I want to get to that bulky seam yet. All right, so there it is, right? Now what I want to do is raise my press-a-foot, and I am going for the thicker part, right, which is 3/16, I believe. Yeah, 3/16. So I put that in. I make sure that the needle, sorry, I got a little bulbous on my seam there, but it'll all work out in the end. So now I want to go slowly over this hump. When I get over it about that much, what I want to do is take my bulky seam jumper and I put it on the other side. And that's just to give this thing the best possible chance. Once I get over the hump completely, I'll remove the bulky seam jumper. Yeah, I think that's good. We're back to normal now. And there we go. Oh, I need to get down, sorry. If we see a tangle on the back side of this, it's because I forgot to lower my press-a-foot. Here we go. Yeah, there is. So basically what you want to look at here is you see even stitch right across, right? So when you get over that bulky thing, usually if you're not using bulky seam jumper, what happens is the stitches will be uneven. But with this thing, the stitches are extremely even. I've even used it on something that's just a double fold. Here, a piece of camo pants, but you can see how easy it is. I've actually done some of these too. Look at this one, the denim. Where are you? Yeah. Yeah, see that? See how even? So bulky seam jumper is pretty cool. It's got the 2 sizes, but you know what else it can do? You can use this side, hold on. You can use this side as a button shank when you're sewing buttons onto your garment. If you like to have a little extra room under the button on top of your garment, you can do that. And let me show you this. It's also a needle insert. So you take your needle, there's a little hole right here. You see that hole? You just put your needle in the hole and it's got, there you go. It's got a flat side toward the back. Then what you want to do, just go where you insert your needle, right? I'm not going to do it for you now, but you get it. Then just lift it up, screw, tighten your screw, and then remove the bulky seam jumper. Pretty amazing, right? I mean, I love that little gadget. So let me talk price about the bulky seam jumper. It's usually $15.49. Today, $7.75. Yeah. From now until midnight, you use Live 8 and you get 50% off. I think that's a very, very good deal. Let's see where we're going next. Oh, Stitch in the Ditch. Stitch in the Ditch, man. Let me just change that foot out. Stitch in the Ditch. What are we talking about here? I can't wait to show you these things. Stitch in the Ditch, a lot of people use it more often, not necessarily just for quilting. So I'm going to show you a couple things. First off, I'll show you the actual, see here. All right. So Stitch in the Ditch, it's when you have two pieces of fabric that are already sewn together. So you see the seam is in here, right there where they're actually sewn together. If you pull it apart, you can see the thread. That, my friends, is the ditch. So you want to sew, actually, I'm going to show you this real quick as well. This, the press-a-foot, can you see that? It's got a little blade. Yeah, that's the blade right there. It has a little blade sticking down, and that will follow your ditch. Okay, so Stitch in the Ditch. That will follow. And I got to tell you, that little blade is pretty precise. Really, really cool. Oh. There you go. By the way, I'm sure I said this already, but this is a brand new machine for me. So I'm getting used to sort of using it and understanding its temperaments. Okay, I have my Stitch in the Ditch on. I've got my fabric here that has a ditch. Also, what's really good about this, I'll show you, I have the top layer, then I've got batting in the middle, and then I have a back piece of fabric, okay? So essentially, yes, Stitch in the Ditch, I'm following that line, I'm following the ditch, but also I'm attaching all of these layers together. So can you see that? Good, 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 good. I'm down over there, everything is adjusted. Take a few little, perfect. Now, I know you can't really see this, but that blade is right in that ditch. Unbelievable. So I am following the ditch, and what you're going to see now is that it's a way to add that extra line of stitching without having a visible extra line. You see that? So because it's this matching color, this new sewing stitch that I put in there is actually in the ditch, and it's matching thread color, so you really can't see it at all. Isn't that something? I think that is pretty cool. This is all let me show you really quickly with the quilting situation. See, if you're putting a quilt together, you see these lines between the squares. I'll do this one. The lines between the squares, like right here on that red line, that is a ditch. Now, when you have rows and rows or columns and columns of squares together, you're going to want to use the Stitch in the Ditch and go right down or right across on every single one of those huge lines to attach your front layer, your top layer, to your batting, and then possibly to your back if you want the back to have the same kind of textures as the front. Isn't that something? Now, the other cool thing that it does, yeah, is edging. So hold on now. I'm going to put on a zigzag stitch. The edging edge joiner, basically I have two pieces of fabric here, okay? 1, 2, I've folded it over like a little hem, folded them over and pressed them, and now I'm going to put them together like this. Okay, and I'm gonna use a zigzag stitch to sew them together. So they're right in there. Yeah, let's see if that's about right. Yeah, okay, so they're right in there. I've got the blade between them. I'm gonna take a couple stitches to make sure that my cross stitch is looking fine. I got to set my stitch to 6. All right, let me do that again. Oh yeah, this is looking good. Looking good, folks. Now I'm going to go full throttle, pedal to the metal, watching that blade, making sure that my fabrics don't separate. Yeah, the blade is doing all the work, man. I'm minimal tension to keep the fabrics together. But wait till you see how clean and beautiful this is, okay? Check it out. Let me bring you up here. All right. Look at that. Can you see that? The cross stitch? Barely, huh? Oh no, you can see it. So I just used a cross stitch. I mean, you can use other decorative stitches as long as it sort of brings the fabrics together. I think it's really cool. So that's your stitch in the ditch. It's great for quilting, edging. You can do decorative stitching. You can even attach lace to fabric. So I think it's pretty cool. Let me tell you about the price for Stitch in the Ditch Edge Joiner. Usually $8.99, $9, let's say. So that means today $4.50. So $4.50 using Live 8 from now until midnight Eastern Standard Time on August 23rd. That's right. You'll get your Stitch in the Ditch for $4.50. Isn't that great? Now we're moving into basically some really cool press-a-feet that are kind of about measuring. So basically, we're going to start with the border guide foot. Let me see. Huh. Well, that's sad. I'm missing some notes. But your border guide foot has some. Let me just show you really quickly before I put it on. Border guide foot is great for perfect parallel lines. So as a decorative embellishment, this is kind of what you want to do. It's great for putting decorative stitches in parallel lines along the edge of anything from table linens, tote bags, bed linens, anything like that. So basically, if you see here, it's got red marks on it. That little red mark is where your needle insertion, so that's your point of entry on the fabric right there. That lines up with this horizontal line. That's also telling you where the needle is in relation to the rest of it. And then you have 1/2 inch, and then this brings you to 3/4. So that first line is a 1/2 inch. This outer line brings you, this first line right here, the vertical, is a 1/2 inch from the center. This other one is 3/4. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on and show you some stitches, some decorative stitches and how that works. All right, that's on. Get my, yeah, cool. That's all ready to go. My fabric is right here. I'm using a little stabilizer on the back just for fun. I just got turned on to that. So I'm doing that. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna do, let me see what kind of decorative stitch I wanna do here, because then I'm gonna go right on the edge of this. Yeah, I'll go right on the edge of that first. I'll just do regular zigzag, okay? Yeah, I'll do a regular zigzag. Here we go. All right, so now the point of this is to show you how easy it is to do perfect parallel. Oh, sorry about that. You didn't miss anything though. I just did this first. See, I've got that one line in like that. Now I'm gonna use my guide here. Yeah, if you can see that a little bit, I'm gonna use this space and put my zigzag right in that space, which is going to align my next row. Yeah, it's going to be perfect. Watch this. Okay, now basically I just did the same stitch. I'm gonna go ahead and do one more that's different. and then I'll show you the whole thing, okay? Let me see, which one do I want to use this time? Maybe that one. Let's see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen, folks. We'll see. Here we go. Cool. Oh, it's a kind of a little wavy thing. Okay. It's kind of a wavy thing, but here we go. Let me show you how easy this is. Okay. There we go. See, I've got my first two rows, which is a zigzag, and then the last one's a little, you can't really tell how straight it is because it literally is like, it's almost like a scalloped edge, but I have the width so broad that you're not really seeing necessarily the scallop in it. I should have made that a lot tighter, but you get the gist of it, right? It's so easy to make perfect parallel lines, extremely decorative. So I think this is great. Let me see, get ready for my next presser foot, but the border foot is usually $10.49, but with Live 8 at 50% off between now and midnight, guess what? $5.25. That's right, $5.25 for this thing. That's pretty cool. Let me see where I am. Okay, we are now doing the adjustable guide foot. So, adjustable guide foot is pretty much just what it says. You see this? It's a regular presser foot, but then it has this guide, okay? So every little snap, I believe, is like 1/16, and then the red ones are 1/8. So basically, there's a little blade right there, and that your fabric is going to hit the side of that blade as it's going through the machine. So this really does act like a guide. Let me put that on real quick. You know, guys and girls, and I'm doing okay with this new machine. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm doing all right. So here's my fabric, and I'm going to go in there with the adjustable guide. So all of these things are really, it's just a way to sew efficiently and quickly without or minimizing, let's say, your measuring and marking. All right, so I'm using the adjustable guide right now, and let's see where it goes. That's weird. Oh, I had the wrong stitch. Let me get on a straight stitch, okay? I think you'll forgive me for that. You know what I mean? All right, here we go. Cool. That was easy, right? Yeah, except for where I started on that weird... Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the guide not on the edge. I'm going to use it on a stitch that exists already. So basically I'm letting the blade follow the stitch that's already there. And we should end up with a really cool parallel. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we did, folks. So I think this one is really just a little time saver, okay? You don't have to measure and mark your lines, but look how easy and clean. You see that? Yeah. So again, the adjustable guide presser foot, time saver, definitely worth having in your arsenal, let's say. And that one, the adjustable guide presser foot, is $11.49 usually. That means $5.75. $5.75, 50% off, Live 8 today, midnight. Today's August 23rd, so midnight Eastern Standard Time. You can use that and get away with it. How about that? I think that's pretty cool. Next, let me just check something real quick. Okay, so a lot of people are wondering if the presser feet will fit your machine. I am working on a low shank. So if you have a low shank machine, yes, you might need a snap-on adapter because a lot of these are snap-on feet, but we are going to use 3 screw-on feet in just a second. But low shank is the deal. If you're going to use a high shank machine or a Bernina or some FAF, did I say that right? FAF? Anyway, you may need some of these adapters to get you to low shank snap-on. Okay. And I know that a lot of you are commenting, basically giving your own experience. With your machine, I mean, a lot of you are commenting right now and saying, well, I have a baby, and these fit just perfectly. So I really appreciate that because, I don't know every single machine. There's a vast wealth of different kinds of sewing machines out there. So I know mine, and I can tell you low shank snap-on is the way to go. I mean, that's what this is about. So if your machine is a high shank or a Bernina or something like that, you will need adapters to get you to the place where you can use it as a low shank snap-on. So that's cool. Well, thanks for the question, yo. Let's see, where are we? Okay. We're going to move on because now we have the presser foot with a ruler guide. So sewing machine presser foot with ruler guide is what they call it. So essentially, as I said before, this is for time saving, minimizing your measure and mark, right? Oh, I need to change my presser foot. How come you guys didn't tell me that? You're going to watch me make a fool of myself, won't you? Let me see. Okay, here we go. The sewing machine foot with ruler. Okay, this blows my mind. You see those little markings there? Okay, apparently all of this is about 3/4 inch equals 3/4 inch. However, every marking is 2 millimeters. Are they messing with my head? I don't do math. You think I'm Euclid or something? Anyway, that's how that works. I'm going to go ahead and put that on. Because there's something really cool about this one. This one seems pretty straightforward, right? So basically, I'm telling you, you can mark a line, which I'm going to do right now. I'm going to use the very last measurement. Let me get you down there. I'm going to use the last measurement that you can see on this sewing machine foot with ruler. So I'm going to use the last one. Let me get on there. Okay. I don't think I need to test anything. Here we go. Yeah, all right. So, I mean, this should be a straight line, right, folks? I mean, let's see what happens. Cool. Now, I could keep doing this, do another straight line, another parallel straight line. But I mean, look, and compared to the edge, look how straight that is. Do you really need me to do another straight line parallel to this? I don't think so, right? Because I want to show you something cool. Look at this line that I put on there. You see that very curvy line? We're going to do something called echo, okay? So with the echo, essentially, you're outlining something. So let's say I drew a mushroom. Where am I, man? All right. Hysterical. Let's say I had a mushroom here or something like that, and then I'm outlining the mushroom or the flower, okay? Then what I'm going to do next is continue. I'm going to echo that stitch, which you're going to see. I'm going to echo that stitch. I kind of really, really dig this. And by the way, I'm using a line. So I'm going to use the 1, 2, 3, 4, which according to my logic is 8 millimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm going to use the 4th. And then I'm going to go relatively slow because I'm doing almost like free stitching, except for I am using the feed dogs and I am using a guide. But you'll see how cool this is because I'm following the contour of a line that's already there. And then my point is, once you do this 3 or 4 times, I mean, how cool is that going to look? Oh, you're going to forgive me on this. It's a little sloppy, but you know, let me do one more so I can show you real quick. And then, yeah, I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to go right on the 5 line and see if that makes it easier for me. Here we go. All right. That is my point, folks. So for me, I think I would have a lot of fun with this one, sort of making some cool little paintings, but let me show you this echo. See? I mean, it's not perfect, but I'm working under pressure, folks. But isn't that cool? Someone has added the adjustable guide foot, and someone did me a favor and they wrote accurate for seams 3/8 of an inch all the way to 1.5 straight top stitching. So that I thank you for adding that info. It's one of my notes that I missed. But see how cool that echo is? I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, let me give you some info about the sewing machine foot with the ruler guide. It's usually $6.99, which means what? $3.50? Yeah, $3.50. I did math. So $3.50 today. That's 50% off using Live 8 from now until midnight Eastern Standard Time. Today is August 23rd. I mean, today the savings are really pretty great. All right. Talk about stocking stuffers, man. You know, the magnetic seam guide is $2.50. All right. So if you have a lot of friends, or if one friend, stocking stuffers, I think that's great. Now we're moving on to the open toe walking foot. So basically, what's going to happen now is we've been using snap-on feet. Now we're going to use a screw-on. Okay. Open toe walking foot. I don't know if you're familiar with the open toe walking foot, but it is making a splash. I'm going to say this again toward the end of this particular demo, but all right, let me just show you this real quick while I'm working. You see this little U? That is going to hug your needle arm, and then this little U right there goes around your shank, okay? Shank screw. So basically that's what I'm doing right here. I want to, oh, I guess you can watch me. All right, so basically, I'm taking, yeah, don't watch too close because I'm really klutzy with that. All right, so that is my snap-on foot adapter. So that's out of commission for the moment. And then now I'm going to try to put that on. So basically, what the heck? Okay. So as I said, I'm putting that arm on the needle arm, and now I have to hug. Oh, I'm almost there. You know what? I always try to do this without such a baby. I always try to do this without taking the screw off completely because I hate putting that thing back on. And I don't want you to think less of me. But here we go. We're going to get that on by hook or by crook. Yes, there we go. All right, so that's on. I just need to tighten that up. Okay, so what do you need to know about the open toe walking foot? Well, one thing, open toe. So yes, it's open toe. You can clearly see what I mean? I'm a klutz with that. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm doing it left-handed. Someone should invent something that makes that part a little easier. Okay, so it has an open toe, so you can clearly see where your needle is going into your fabric, right? It has, this is why it's a walking foot. It has upper feed dogs, all right? So you've got feed dogs on the bottom that are coming out of your machine. You now have feed dogs on the top coming down into your fabric. What's good about that is if you're using multiple fabrics or difficult fabrics like leather, vinyl, whatever, it compresses it, it keeps it together, and it's being fed at the same time, top and bottom. Press and push. So it keeps everything together. I'm going to use 3 layers when I show you this first time. I'm just going to do straight lines because basically that's what it's about. So I've got a top layer, I've got batting, and I've got a back layer. All right. So I'm just going to show you how easy it is to do that. I'm not going to use a guide or anything. I'm just going to do a couple steps, make sure everything is cool. Everything is cool. All right. I'm going to do a couple steps. Looks good. Yeah. All right. All right. Let me show you how easy. Right through. You see that? So I know that you can't necessarily see the sewing line, which is right there, but that's kind of why I made it sort of puffy. So maybe you can see some sort of different, yeah, you can see it. All right, cool. I'm going to do one more like that, just for fun. Yeah. So as I said, this is great for multi-layers. It's great for difficult, oh, don't you want to see it? What's wrong with me? I mean to leave you out. Great for multiple fabrics. Great for thick or challenging fabrics. It's also great because of the open toe. It's great for matching patterns, stripes, plaids, whatever. So isn't that a nice little feature? Definitely better control over shifting, being that you have top feeds and bottom feeds and that extra compression between the two. So I think, this is what I meant to show you. It also has this guide. So what I did before, I did my second line. You could actually use this guide. Let me just show you real quick. Pops into that hole in the back. Want me to do one line like that? Okay, I will. So I'm going to use the guide. See where I want this. I'm going to use the guide. Sorry. My thread is doing something strange. There we go. I'm going to use the guide on a line that I've already done. So that's right there, and I'm just going to sew parallel to it. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. I'm just going to sew parallel to that. Yeah, and you'll see that without too much thought, I've done another straight line. Yeah, remind me next time not to use this fabric, huh? Anyway, so, what I was going to say about the open toe walking foot is this seems to be a trend. You might be on it already. I'm coming late to the party, but a lot of people are using the open toe walking foot as their preferred foot. So instead of a regular, just a regular presser foot like so that you would have on the daily, people are using the open toe walking foot. It prevents fabric jams and all sorts of things. And I guess the extra kind of control is really kind of turning some people on. So just something to keep in mind that the open toe walking foot is becoming the norm. It's the new normal. All right. So your open toe walking foot is usually $24.99, but today using Live 8, 50% off, you get it for $12.50. So now until midnight Eastern Standard Time on August 23rd, Live 8, 50% off your open toe walking foot, which is usually $25. Today, $12.50. I would get on that. You hear me? I would get on that. Now we're going into some decorative things. So basically, I am going to lower. Didn't mean to throw you for a loop there. Hold on. I'm going to lower my feed dogs on this machine. I can do that right here. There's a little switch. Feed dogs are gone. I'm going to do that. What else do I have to do here? Oh, I need to change out my foot. Make sure my thread's not in the way. Okay. Where are you? Oh, you're watching me? Great. I'm so self-conscious about this because I'm very klutzy with my left hand. See that? All right. Again, trying to do this without getting the screw out completely. Almost, folks. Got it. I know it seems like I'm forcing it, and I kind of am, but okay, what we're putting on now is, look at this flower stitch foot. I mean, I've shown you this before on a different show, because I think it's truly, truly beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that a beauty? I mean, come on. That is something. So this also has a little arm right here that goes on top of your needle bar. And then it has the same U cuff right there under my finger that goes on your shank screw, the screw on your low shank. All right, so here I go. I've got the arm where it needs to be. And now, oh, that was easy, folks, except, there we go. You know what? That just kind of bent my, you know what? Okay. There are 3 adjustments on this, all right? You can make, this is the flower stitch, by the way. Did I say that? I hope so. So here's the flower stitch press-a-foot. It makes 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. At the moment, it is set for the small. I'll leave it there so I can show you how to adjust. I've screwed this in. I have lowered my feed dogs. I'm going to set this on whatever decorative stitch that I want. Let me get some fabric in there because I need to show you something first. So I'm putting my fabric in. And then what I want to do is I want to, all the threads, both the top thread and the bottom thread, I want those to be on top, all right? So I've caught my bottom thread. Now let me bring it to the top. And that's where I'm going to use it. Yeah. All right, so now both threads are up. Let me just decide what stitch I want. I think I'll just do a regular, no, that one's kind of cool. I'll do that. That's that. I'm going to set this about 4. Sorry, that's the width. And that's because this is a decorative stitch. Hi, it's a decorative stitch. So basically your width is going to say, let's say that your stitch has a point on it or it's a cross stitch, right? The higher your width, then your cross stitch is going to go like that. The lower your width, your cross stitch will go like that. So yeah, you'll be able to judge the size of what you think is best. But being that I'm doing a small flower first, I'm going to go ahead and say everything cool, everything cool, everything cool. You cool? I'm cool. Put that at 0. Okay, we'll do a couple. Awesome. All right, well, let me do this first. Let me show you that because it's really cool, man. You see that little dial, that giant round plastic dial? That is acting as a feed dog. That is what is propelling this circle to go all the way around. Are you seeing that? Okay, for instance, I'm going to go around again. I know we only have 10 minutes, but I can do this. No, actually, I'll leave it there. Now I want to make a bigger circle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen this. I'm going to hold everything. I'm going to hold the fabric and I'm going to hold this dial and I am going to push it to the larger. And that's all you need to do. Okay. And now I'm going to make a larger with a different stitch and I'm going to increase the width. So check it out. All right. Now, isn't that something? So basically, I just want to show you the flower real quick before I change the feet. I'm going to do a little bit of trimming here. Normally, I would run those threads to the back. You see that? Isn't that cute? I'm going to show you some more flowers in a second, but I'm putting this back in because I'm going to go ahead and change this foot to a darning foot so that we can essentially draw a stem. Okay. There we go. That's out. I love you, Flower Stitch, man. I'm going to have so much fun with you. Imagine like tote bags, beach bags, book bags, table linens, pillowcases. I think it's all cool. I'm going to take advantage of this little flower foot. Right now we have the darning foot. Okay? Where are you? Darning foot. So I'm going to put that on. This also has a little arm right there. That arm goes over your needle arm, and then it's got the U channel as well to put on your shank screw. All right, so that's that. Oh gosh, that one was easy, right? Tightening that up real quick. Man, I can't wait to show you this stuff, man. Okay, so that's that. Now I am going to put a stem on this. Let me see. This is all free. Just want that. Hold on. Sorry. I've got to get my thread on the top here. Yeah, there we go. Looking good, folks. I know we got minutes, but we can do this. This is our last press-a-foot for today. All right, so now I am ready to go. I'll try a couple. Let's see, what's a really pretty? I think that one. All right, so I'm making the stem, and it is free form. So check it out. Here we go. I can do wiggles and woggles. Turn it again. All these curves. All right, cool. Let me show you how that ended up. I got some trimming to do here again. Sorry, folks. Okay. Check it out. So, you see that? You see that? Now let me show you. That was just using one color thread, right? One color thread. But here's what happens when you use multicolored threads. So you can even change the color thread on one flower. So do the smaller flower first, change your thread, do the large one. But you want to do that without taking the press-a-foot off. But look, I've used like 2 or 3 different shades of green on the stems, make that pop. I've used different stitches on the flowers to make those pop. So you can see, I mean, this is pretty incredible. This is pretty incredible. The other thing it does is true darning. So darning, really, there was a tear in here. You see that? There was a tear, and I just freeformed like a rectangle around it, and then I used a couple different colors of thread. It just made it more kind of like a bohemian hippie vibe to it, with that I rough hewn, let's say, that I kind of liked. So let me give you the prices for the flower stitch and the darning foot. The flower stitch is usually $25.49, but today, Live 8 until midnight, $12.75. That's a really great saving. So the flower stitch is $12.75 using Live 8 from now until midnight. And the darning foot, which is usually $18.49, is of course $9.25 today. Use Live 8, midnight Eastern Standard Time, August 23rd, and you get 50% off. Do it, man. So that's it for the recipe. We had 10 items today, and we sort of sailed through it. I've got about 5 minutes left where I can tell you what's going on at Madame So. I'll tell you what's going on at Madame So. We have the big giveaway. So this is our third big giveaway for 2023. This time around, it's a $500 fabric prize package. We've got an incredible partner, which is waymakerfabrics.com. They've given $300. Oh my gosh. $300 worth of fabrics. I've done a bunch of videos where I've gone through all the fabrics. I've told you what kind of fabric it is. I've showed you the patterns, and I've given you the yardage for each of those. So look for those. There's about 2 or 3 more that are going to be coming out in September. That sort of does an unboxing. In addition to that fabric package, Madame Sew is giving over $200 worth of sewing products. So overall, it's a $500 prize package. We're putting up the link for that. You can join from now until midnight, September 29th, Eastern Standard Time. And then the winner is going to be announced on September 30th, which is a Saturday. We're going to do a Facebook Live and announce the winner. So definitely check it out. It's really a nice prize package, I think. So that's going on. Then we have, we're deciding on our next live shopping event. So it's probably going to be in 2 weeks, but we're just waiting to make sure or confirm that we have the inventory to support it. We have 2 really good ideas for September. So bear with us. In the next few days, maybe by the end of the week, we'll announce when it is and what it is and get you all excited. So that's the live shopping. And then MadameSew.com, we're introducing a new product, and that is our binder pockets. Essentially, they're folders vinyl folders that fit into a 3-ring binder that you can organize all your products, put a pattern in there, some swatches, maybe thread colors, maybe some tools, maybe inspiration pictures, whatever. So that's going on at MadameSew.com. Check that out. And the daily deal over there is a rotating cutting mat. The price is awesome. You're going to want to look at that right away. So that sort of brings us to the end. Of course, Madame Sew is always appreciative and extremely grateful that you invite us into your sewing world and that you consider us a partner. That's what we're here for. We really appreciate that, and I'm so glad this relationship is going to continue. Thank you for tuning in. It means the world to us. I'm getting an alert that I have 2 minutes left. That's like when you're a stand-up comic and the red light is blinking in the back. It means you kind of got to hurry up. But I'm okay with all of that because we have reached the end. Thank you so much for joining us. Tell your friends and family. We do have a good time doing this, and the savings are pretty outrageous. Have a great day. You know, I'm going to be on my paddleboard, but actually I've gained so much weight. It's more like a waddle board now. I can barely stand on it, but I'm going to try. I'm going to do it. I'm going to give it the old college try. So here we go. 12:58. I think I did okay. I think I did okay today. I got that all in there. I'm going to look through the comments, and if there are questions that I didn't answer, I'm sorry about that. But as you can see, that was quite the haul, don't you think? Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming. Enjoy your day. I know I will. I always do. And look for the next live shopping, which we're going to announce. See you in about 2 weeks, okay? Have a good one. Bye now.